We were really excited to read, some of the projects that you were contributing to the Future Bee Challenge.
It's amazing to see. I think there's over 700 different projects that people made exploring these different very important goals and ways to support the world with these important challenges that we're facing today.
We were especially interested in some of the projects that focused on the Sustainable Development Goal number 4 about ensuring quality education, because that's something we care about a lot and think about a lot, is how can we really support a quality education? One thing is, what is it that really makes a quality education? And I think for me, one thing that's really important is to support young people in being able to follow their own interests, to learn about things that they really care about. Because I think that when people work on things they really care about, they're going to work longer and harder and learn more in the process. So I think we really appreciated reading the project about video in the air that focused on that. There really was a way about how it is that we can support young people to follow their interests and to convince others that it's important for young people to follow their interests.
One of the things that really stuck to me about that project, the video in the air, so it's about, how do we help parents understand the things that we're passionate about? And I love the idea of, creating a project or using technology in a way to help other people with a perspective to be able to take on a different understanding of what's important to you. So both you can use the technology, as you're saying, to work on something you're interested in, like sculpture, as they were saying in the project, but also how can you use it to help other people see something different, something that you're interested in?
Yeah, to see how much happiness it could bring to work on something you're interested in, but also how much unhappiness it might bring if you're working on things that you really don't care about.
Mm-hmm. And I thought one of the things about that project I was curious about for our friends who worked on it is, they mentioned in the reflections that the kind of technology they were thinking was maybe very expensive in order to make the kind of device they were thinking of. But I was wondering maybe that there could be other ways of approaching it. How could you help people understand your perspective, even through drawing or taking pictures or making another project using Scratch or OctoStudio that could help people see what you're talking about, understand your feelings, maybe even hear your voice talking about what engaging in sculpture means to you. So I encourage those young people to keep pursuing this very important idea. But maybe instead of thinking of it in this very expensive technology, what are ways you can get started using other tools and materials you have around you?
I think that's good advice for everyone, to think about what materials and tools you have at hand and how can you make use of those to accomplish the things you want to do. Maybe I know another project that we were interested in was the Korean expression device, because I think we really know that an important part of learning is how to communicate with others. So to be able to sort of connect with others. So this was a device that help people learn the Korean language. So that's really important for people to be able to learn language, to be able to communicate.
I thought something that really struck us about that project was also thinking of how you can use technology in a creative way to support people and understand your culture or your language. I know that language is really important to me, and I'm very curious too about Korean. And one of the things I love too was the tactileness of the project was learning the language by using the microbits.
It was like 3 different microbits. You're actually using and programming these 3 different microbits.
And I thought that was really unique because I've tried to learn other languages, and sometimes it's through apps where it doesn't feel as interactive as how this project was making it seem. And so some of the questions I think we had in looking at it was, wow, this seems really, exciting and a beautiful way to share your language and your culture with other people. And just, have you had a chance to try it? Does it work the way you want for people who are learning Korean? And I think we're both going to be there soon, and maybe we could try it with you and see how does it work for people who are not native Korean speakers to try out your project.
Yeah, so it would be great if we could be some of the first ones to try it out. So because we definitely would like to learn more Korean so that we can be able to better interact with our Korean friends and colleagues. Anyway, it was great to see these projects and great to see what you've created, and look forward to seeing what new things you create in the future.
Thank you.